Today we're going to be showing you how to install Boost Auto Parts Switchback lights into your 2019 or newer Ram 1500 truck. To get all the parts shown in this video, as well as other parts and accessories for your truck or SUV, check out our website at boostautoparts.com. Begin by removing this trim piece with a 90-degree pick, and then come through and remove the two 10mm bolts. Remove the trim behind the door handle with a pick as well as a body trim tool. Remove the 10mm bolt behind the door handle. Using a plastic trim tool, start at the rear and remove the window switch. Remove any connectors on the back side. Using a trim tool, work your way around the door releasing the body trim clips. It's easiest to start in the front. When you get towards the top, make sure the lock lever clears before pulling away from the door to release the remainder of the trim clips. To release the door cable, there's going to be two little notches right here. We're going to take some needle nose pliers. You're going to depress those two notches, then pull the door cable back straight like that. That's going to release it from this plastic retainer. Then you're going to slide it all the way forward and then pull the cable straight up and off. That will release the door panel, and you can just take the door panel off and set it to the side. Now we need to remove this trim piece straight over here. To do that, there's going to be a clip here, 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 and here. We're going to use our plastic trim tool and just release them. Once those trim clips have been released, this just sits in the channel, so you're just going to carefully pull it out of the channel and set it off to the side. Now we need to remove the mirror from the door module. If you follow the mirror harness right down, it's going to come right down over to here. The mirror connectors are black and white. There's a little tab on it, and to press those and release the connectors. Now you need to release the factory clips that retain the harness using a trim tool. There are 5 of them. Remove the two 10mm bolts and the two 10mm nuts holding the mirror onto the vehicle, then dismount the mirror from the vehicle. There may be a trim clip at the top of the mirror on the outside that needs to be removed.
Bring your mirror to a bench so you can safely install the switchback light. Now take that convex glass in your mirror and angle it all the way outward. Then place your fingers as close to the center as possible and pry out till it snaps off. In the event your glass is damaged, Boost Auto Parts offers a full range of replacement glass. Now remove the marker light connector by pressing the tab down and pulling the connector back. Then there's going to be this screw on the light. This will either be a Phillips head or Torx head screw. Here ours is a Phillips head, so we'll use a screwdriver to remove this. Now remove the light from the mirror assembly. You can just press this out. You may need to use a screwdriver to release the tabs holding the light in. Now just extend or flip the mirror outward. This next step, we're going to remove the arm cover here, so you want to find the crease running down the center of the mirror here. Take a screwdriver or a body trim tool and pry back. Now to remove the puddle light, you'll take your pick and insert it in the small opening on the side of the puddle light. Just pry up to remove. Now take the fused wire harness from your Boost Auto Parts kit and disconnect the single wire black connector. We're going to use the male or the non-fused side for this next step here. You can set the fused portion off to the side. Now take that orange wire and you'll want to run it through the base of the mirror here. So you'll run it alongside your harness already in the mirror through that hole, and you'll feed this wire through until you can grab the wire through the puddle light hole. And you'll continue to run this orange wire alongside of the harness already inside of your mirror. Just make sure you pull all the slack through here. Then run that orange wire into the head of the mirror following the harness already in the mirror. Make sure you pull all the slack into the head of the mirror. Now you want to strip the end of that orange wire once it's inside the mirror and take the included adapter in your Boost Auto Parts kit. Take the orange wire with butt connector on the white connector side of our adapter. Insert the orange wire you ran into the mirror and crimp that down. And then heat shrink the butt connector down. Connect the white connector from the adapter to the connector that was originally to the front light inside your mirror. You want to leave an inch or two of slack on the orange wire inside the mirror head. The rest you can pull out from the base. Take your included switchback light from Boost Auto Parts, insert it where your original light was, making sure you hear it fully snap into place. Take the screw you originally removed and screw this back into place. Now take the black connector from the Boost Auto Parts adapter and plug it into the switchback light. Then tuck all the wires underneath your convex glass mount here, and you can tuck those down and out of the way. Then take the lower glass and line it up with the lower glass mount and press fit it down, snapped into place. Now put your puddle light back onto the mirror. There's 2 tabs on the light. These will slide facing the base of the mirror. You'll need to insert these first, and then you can snap the light in. Now we'll snap the arm cover back onto the mirror, making sure the orange wire is tucked fully out of the way. So we'll start by inserting the arm cover on the head side of the mirror, and then we'll work our way towards the base, snapping all the tabs back into place. Now the mirror itself is fully wired up. Continue watching this video for truck side wiring and door panel assembly.
Remount the mirror onto the vehicle, ensuring that the wiring harness does not pinch between the body of the mirror and the truck. Then reinstall the 2 10mm mounting bolts and 2 10mm mounting nuts. Route the wiring harness down along the door panel towards the door module and plug the black connector into the door module, as well as the white connector, if equipped. Plug in the other end of the orange secondary running light wiring harness. And pull this little rubber grommet out from the door. Take a pick, and you're going to come right in this hole right over here. You want to be right up near the entrance, and you're just going to carefully poke through the rubber boot. Take your running light wire, and you want to guide it through that hole that you just poked with your pick. You want to leave just enough slack so that this connector can go around the speaker and follow the factory wiring. Remove the grommet in the inner part of the door jamb. It's just a press fit design. Then take your wire and pass it towards that area. Pull the slack straight on through, being careful not to chafe any of the wire. Reinstall the door grommet. Using your hand, remove the rubber off the plastic connector body and the door jamb connector. To remove this connector from the body of the truck, there's one clip on the top and 2 on the bottom. Take a pick and depress the clip straight at the top. It's right in the middle. There are 2 tabs at the bottom of the connector that need to be released. Use your left hand to release one and then the pick for the other, and the connector will pull from the body of the truck. Just to show you, the 2 clips at the bottom are right here and here. That is what we were depressing at the bottom, and then the clip at the top is this one right here. So you depress all 3 of those and the connector will be removed from the body of the truck. Locate a thin, firm piece of metal and run it through the door boot. In this case, we're using a straightened out coat hanger. Tape the end of your running light wire through it, and then pull it straight on through, fishing the wire through the door boot. Locate the hollow area between the 2 connectors on the door boot and pass your orange wire through, being careful not to chafe it. Utilizing a trim removal tool, we're going to remove this piece right over here. Guide your running light wire in through the hole into the cab of the truck. On the passenger side, it will be nice and open and easy to get to. You'll be able to see the orange wire right away. On the driver's side, at the surface, it looks like you will not be able to access it, but there's actually a hole right over here. So you can just reach your hand in, and then you'll be able to feel the orange wire. You can just pull your slack straight on in. Take this rubber boot and put it back around the body of the connector. Reinstall the door side rubber boot. It's important to note that this vertical tab needs to face up. So you'll just push that down into the door jamb and work the grommet straight in. Reinstall the cab side connector. Just line it straight up. You want to make sure that it snaps fully into the door. Perform the same procedure on the passenger side. Now for the passenger side, you can see we have the running light down here on the passenger side. We've removed this one clip that holds this piece down, and see we've just kind of ran our wire right along here. Now we have the wire right over here. Now what we've done is we've taken our coat hanger and we've ran it over to the driver's side from the passenger side. You can see we have our wire taped to our little coat hanger, ran across. We're going to carefully pull it over towards the driver's side. We'll just keep pulling it through from the driver's side. And we'll pull the slack from the passenger side over to the driver. and we'll reinstall those clips on the passenger side. It is important to note that there are some mechanisms for the blower motor in here. You need to make sure this wire is clear of those white gears over there. Remove these two 7mm bolts on the driver's side. Remove this panel. It's just going to come down slightly. It's not going to be fully removed. There's just some trim clips holding it on. Remove this 15 amp fuse right down here. This is fuse 49 for your reference. Take the original fuse that you removed from the truck and place it into the lower slot on the fuse tab. Make sure that the fuse slides all the way forward. Guide the running light wire from the driver's side as well as the passenger side straight up to this area. Make sure that they're clear of any pedals or any obstructions. Then take the wires, get them right near the location that we're going to be going, cut them both, strip the ends of both the running light wires for the driver's side and the passenger side. Twist the driver and passenger side wires together. Place the two wires that are twisted together into the butt connector on the fuse tab and crimp them down. Take your fuse tab and plug it back into the original fuse location. Then guide your wires up out of the way and tie them up with a zip tie. Guide any wires right over here up so that when you reinstall this they clear. Then place it back into position and snap back in the trim clips. Reinstall the two 7mm bolts. Make sure your running light tap wire is out of the way, then reinstall this trim piece right down here. You have your two clips here and then your clips over here. Begin reinstalling the door panel by putting this trim piece in. It does clip into this lip all the way around. It's easiest to start at the front, flip the front around, and then work your way straight up, bring it into place. Make sure all your wires are clear of any door panel clips. Then lift your door panel into place. You want to make sure that your window switch and any connectors that need to be plugged back in are guided through their respective holes in the door panel. Reconnect your door cable. Start by connecting the cable down to the assembly right here. Then pull it back and slide it, and this should slide all the way forward. Lift the door panel straight up and guide the lock lever straight through the hole in the door panel. Line up all the push pin clips on the door panel, then begin snapping them into place. Plug the door switch back in. Reinstall the window switch. To do that, you want to latch it at the front first, then slide down at the rear. Reinstall the one 10mm bolt here and the two down here. Snap the two plastic trim covers back into position. And just like that, your installation is complete. Due to the design of the electrical system on the 2019 and newer Ram trucks, your running lights will be on anytime the ignition is on. To get all the parts and accessories shown in this video, as well as other parts and accessories for your truck or SUV, check our website out at boostautoparts.com.